Howdy, it's tubalcain again, your YouTube shop teacher, this time with a demonstration on the Wedgen patented #1 screw machine product clamp machine. This will apply clamps onto air hoses, not hydraulic, and possibly other things. This was featured in a recent video of mine entitled Mystery Tools. I'll show you the title if you want to go back and look at that. This is the video where I first revealed this particular tool. Check it out. This was given to me by Chuck Severinson some time ago. I don't think he was quite sure what it was either. And in the videos, what is it? Most people did not know what this was even until the follow-up video, and several people then gave me the patent number, so I was able to determine exactly what it is, and then I had to experiment with it to determine how to use it, and I think I've mastered it enough, at least to show you. It's very similar to a bandit tool, which applies bands onto signposts or hoses and things like that. So let's take a look at the patent real quickly. There's the patent number in the upper right hand corner. This is 1959, and there is the tool. I noticed that there was at that time a base for it. That's long gone, so I'm just going to hold it in a vise. But there you can see the clamp being held in place, and down here again the cross section there would be the rubber hose, and then the barb, and then the wire clamp. This is page 2 of the patent, again showing it with the clamp around the hose and how it's to be used. And I'm not sure if these clamps were available pre-made. Possibly they were. I was not able to determine that, so I have made some of my own. And at the end of the video I'm going to show you how I made it. Maybe you don't want to see that, but I'll show you that. And here it is with the clamp applied to the hose. I'm not sure exactly what kind of wire to use, but here's common mechanics wire that I used. Relatively soft wire. You can get it anywhere in a spool. Handyman's wire, baling wire. This is aircraft wire for safety locking. It would be pretty high strength. It's got a government spec on it and all of that. 32 thousandths. It seems a little light, although I did try a piece of it. And looking here was my experiment. I went down and bought a piece of 3/8 hose and applied a fitting. Now I'm going to take that off and redo it, but it looks very similar to what you saw in the patent drawing. I might have had these spread a little too wide, I don't know, but they caught themselves in the barb, so I don't believe that would come off. In fact, it looks pretty good, and that was my first try. Now there's the very first one that I made, and it ended up too short. Believe it or not, you need 18 or 20 inches of wire to make that clamp. So here's one that has long enough pigtails on it to be used. And that's the mechanics wire, and here's one out of this lighter weight galvanized wire. That's not the safety wire. So we'll try both. Here's the tool mounted in a vise. Now this is a ratchet. We're going to move in this direction, of course, to stretch it. And you have to reverse this. I'm going to give myself plenty of slack. I painted this red because this is the direction that the cam with the serrated teeth here, or the knurl, will grip and hold best. And on this end, we're going to use these two holes, and if you watch the other video, you know that this is a shear, so we can shear the wire off when the clamp is completed. Again, 3/8 hose, there's a fitting, brass fitting. It doesn't have to be brass, but it is. Fits right in there like that. So I'll take the clamp, put it in the holes, bring it up under like that, and always move in that direction. That's why I painted it red. I guess I said that. Then let's put the hose in and try not to let the wires cross one another. Now watch it draw up. Possibly I should have pulled them a little tighter. This grips real well. Now, this is the part I don't understand, but if I remember from the Bandit machine that I had years ago, I'm going to back up the tension just a little bit as I roll this over, so the tension doesn't get released on the wire itself. So I'm rolling it up to lock it. Then, with the shear blade, clip it off. And these can be either hammered down or pliers will do. Like that. And get these pushed way down so you don't cut yourself or snag your clothing with them, but they're still kind of sharp. Not bad for my second try, but I would like to bring the wire a little bit tighter and closer together. What do you think? Takes a little bit of practice. I don't really have it mastered yet, I would say. Then, of course, relax the tension, and you have some waste material, of course. There's that much that is the waste. Now I will do it on the other end with this lighter weight wire, galvanized. I don't know what the gauge is. Don't care either. Position the clamp. Tighten that. Much easier to handle with that lighter weight wire. So that's how the wedging works. Again here, I think I should have pulled them a little closer to one another. Well, that completes the demonstration. You see how this thing works. Again, the waste wire. Let me make up a clamp for you and show you how I did that if you're interested. If not, that concludes the demonstration. These are the very first ones that I did a couple days ago. Again, the mechanics wire, and this wire was that safety aircraft wire. But this is the rod or mandrel around which I will form the clamps, and I think you would use a mandrel that is proportional to the size hose that you might be using. That only makes sense. There is 18 inches of the galvanized wire, and for best results use your Bernards to form that initial bend or loop like that. And then I'm just wrapping the wire right around it. And you go around twice. Again, don't let the wires cross one another. Hope my fat hands aren't in the way. There it is, ready to use. Keep the ends cut at about the same length, otherwise trim them off. That's how you make the clamps. If they aren't available commercially, and I don't think they are, I looked in McMaster-Carr and I did a search. Maybe the whole idea here was to make them from locally found wire, and then you could make any size you want, because you might have holes this big. And you wouldn't have to have an inventory of the different size clamps like you do with the banded clamps. Alright, it concludes the demonstration. This is tubalcain saying so long for now. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video.